Welcome to Top Table Duels. Thank you so much for joining me on this video today. This is going to be a ranked best of 3 match. Up here in the blue, we have joseaugustooo, who's going to be at 865, who'll be playing a Rikka control deck. And down in the red at FR22 at 1079, he's going to be playing a Spright deck with a full Bystial engine. Before this duel kicks off, let me know in the comments below who you think is going to win. Let's kick it off. Rikka's going first. He's going to activate his unexpected die to get a seed out of deck, most likely. Yep, gets his Sunseed Loki. Sunseed Loki into the Dryas. Dryas effect will activate, which is going to be met by an infinite permanence. So he's not going to get that spell or trap to him. Then Jose is going to activate his Rikka Glamour. Glamour is going to allow him to get a monster to hand. That's going to be met with an Ash Blossom. So he's going to go ahead and set the impermanence, set the rivalry, and pass turn. So it'll be interesting here what he's going to do to play around this rivalry. So FR22 is going to activate Bystial Duelingbook at the beginning of his turn. Go ahead and search for a Magnamut. Now he's going to activate his Nimble Beaver. He says it's going to be fine. At this point, he says on resolution, because it's Fish and Beast, he's going to say Rivalry Warlords. Bystial Magnamut is going to chain to that. So he's going to summon. He'd much rather be able to get the well, like he can't really get the Dryas to the field, but he'd rather be able to play through that. So Jose is going to say he's going to think about that on the activation of the Magnamut, because he does have the Imperm, but since Dryas cannot be defeated by battle, is that correct? This cannot be targeted for attacks, but it does not prevent your opponent from attacking you directly. Once per turn, if you take battle damage or effect, gain that much life points, and if you do, special summon a seed. So he made the right play there by not attacking. Doesn't want to give his opponent more resources. That was a good play there also by getting the Bystial on board, because now he has the ability to go into Druce Worm, and he can clear it off deck to go into his Sprites, which are all Thunders. So Jose is going to start his turn, activate the other Rikka Glamour he had in hand. He did draw into a Dark Ruler no more. It's not going to give him too much advantage on this turn. And he's going to get his Rikka Petal. He is also staring down that Branded Beast. He will normal summon the Rikka Petal, and then he is going to get a Rikka card other than itself to hand. He's going to go for the Mudan, the Rikka Fairy. He's going to link those two off into Dance Peony. She says if this card is link summoned, you can choose a number between 1 and 3 and excavate that many cards from the top of your deck. And if you do, you can special summon up to 2 excavated plant monsters, but they cannot be used as link materials. Also, send the remaining cards to the graveyard. You can target 1 plant monster in your graveyard that is a level. The levels of the monsters become the levels of the monsters this card points to become that monster's level until the end of the turn. I swear, Konami, you guys make way too much text on cards now. Alright, so he's going to activate the first effect, most likely, to roll a dice. Or sorry, to call a number. Oh, sorry, choose a number between 1 and 3. Why did I think dice? I read dice, man. So, FR22 is going to think about that. Then he will activate his Branded Beast to pop the Dance Peony. Yeah, so he didn't hit any plant monsters off that excavation. Alright, so FR22 draws into a Cyberse Gadget. That's interesting. So it's special defense mode. You can target one level 2 or lower monster in graveyard special moves, but its effects are negated. And it also gives you a token. Okay, it can get you your level 2 engine back online. That's actually pretty interesting of a tech card, Cyberse Gadget. I have not seen that in a lot of Spright decks. So he's going to activate the Bystial Rebellion. Get himself another Magnamut. He can special summon the Magnamut, and now he can turn off that Rivalry of the Warlords. Activates Magnamut's effect. It's going to let it go through. Going to tribute it off for Bystial Rebellion. Bystial Rebellion effects is going to go off. He's going to allow that. So now he's got his full branded engine online. That's just being able to go +2 and then hit your opponent. So basically going +3 every turn with this combo up is a bit silly. He's going to swing in with the Lubellion, at least guarantee himself 2,500 damage. Go into main phase 2 and tribute off the Lubellion to hit Rivalry. Now he's going to normal summon his Cyberse Gadget and probably try to nab himself a Nimble Beaver, This is likely going to be met with an impermanence. Oh no, he grabs the Angler. Okay. And then he links off into Link Disciple. And then Cyber's Gadget's going to allow him to make himself a token. So now he can go into the other Link 1 Devotee. Tribute off the Link Devotee. Yeah, but, oh yeah, so he has to. It's a mandatory activated effect to that you can no longer special summon Link 3 Blower. So now he's gonna activate Link Disciple, tribute off the Devotee, draw a card, put one back on the bottom, and then he's gonna activate Devotee's effect to create 2 tokens. And this will allow him to get into a G Golem Crystal Heart. This is a I have not seen this kind of toolbox before. This is actually really cool. If you don't know G Golem Crystal Heart's effect, you can target 1 Earth Link monster in your graveyard, special summon to a zone this card points to. And if you do, place 1 GG counter on this card. You can only use this effect of G Golem Crystal Heart once per turn. Earth monsters co-linked to this card gain 600 attack and can make a second attack during each battle phase. If they attack a defensive monster, inflict piercing damage. So he's going to activate that effect because Link Devotee is an Earth. That is that's pretty neat right there. So he's going to link those 2 away into a Sprind. Activate Sprind's effect to send the Angler. Angler is going to get him 2 more beavers out of deck. So here, I mean, you might just hit the Gigantic. Yeah, I was going to say, hitting the Gigantic is probably your best bet on that one. He's going to link the other 2 away to go into an Elf. Elf can, I can get him something back. Get him, what, a beaver? No, he's especially summon the Angler back. And then Rikka Petal here in the graveyard. During your opponent's end phase, while this card is in the graveyard, if you control no monsters, or control only plants, you can special summon this card. Alright, so FR22 is going to get his Saronir off his search. Rikka Petal hits the field, and now it's Jose's turn. He's going to activate that Dark Ruler no more. It's finally coming into use here. And Rikka Petal. It's interesting that he did not use his regained when he summoned the other monster. It's interesting. Alright. FR22 is going to say that's alright on the search. And then he'll activate his Rikka Con-Con. This card is absolutely ridiculously broken, allowing you to tribute your opponent's monsters. And now the Druid Worm, so FR22 is going to activate Druid Worm, which is going to be chained by Rikka Princess. When your opponent activates a monster effect while you control a Rikka monster, you can shuffle this card from hand or graveyard in the deck, tribute any one plant's monster, and negate that effect. So he is going to tribute off the giant Spright. Says that does negate. Okay. So he's going to activate the Saronir, banishing out the Lubellion. And it's interesting here, he's not using Regained either. He didn't use Regained to get back his... Okay, so now he's going to use his Regain to summon. Why didn't he use it to draw one off of Lubellion? Alright, well, he forgot to do that. So, Magma's going to come down after this effect. When he gets out the Rikka Fairy, which allows him to get into another Con. That's just silly. Alright. Activate Rikka Con. Allows him to get into a Rikka Glamour, which he has not used this turn. That is his last one. So is that not hard once per turn? Once per turn, if you tribute you can. Oh no, that's not a hard once per turn. All right, so he gets 2 tributes off the Con. That's brutal. Alright, so he's going to normal summon his world carrot weight champion and special summons Rikka Princess. For those of you who don't know, carrot weight champion says if this card's in your graveyard, you can send one plant monster from your hand or face it from the field to the graveyard, except him, and then special summon it. Rikka Princess, special summoned. He can go ahead and give us another card. I do find it interesting that he did not use his regained. Alright, so he's going to exit into Shrina. Shrina will allow him to add back his Rikka Glamour, and now Fairy is going to run over the Nimble Angler, so he takes 400, and then run over the Elf to take another 600. He doesn't... Oh, no, I'm sorry. He doesn't take any of that damage because Dark Ruler was activated that turn. So, FR22 should have an additional card in hand. He did forget about his regain, shuffling back in. Alright, so Rikka Princess is going to tribute off the Shrina in main phase 1, and then Shrina's effect. If this card is tributed with X you can special one rank 5 or higher plant monster from your extra deck or graveyard, and then attach this card to it as material. So FR22 is going to chain to get his Druid Swarm out, and now he's going to activate his both of his branded regains effects. Okay, there we go. There we go. Nice. He draws into a Magnemite, gets the Magnemite effect, activates his branded beast, hits the Con, activate Druid Swarm, activates it to send the Rikka Queen, but she says you can attach to the target one monster. If this is quick effect, this has a plant monster as material. She's going to hit the Sprind. FR22 normal summons the Jet, goes into the Elf, probably special summons the Jet back out, gets himself a starter, and that will be the OTK. I don't see a way in which he doesn't finish the game here. Or finish the first game. Alright, so activates the starter, special summons the blue. Blue is going to go ahead and get him a red. Special summons red. Overlays into a Gigantic's effect. Yeah, and Jose says, I know that's game, I'm scooping it up. So now we're going to go into game 2. Rikka will be going first with Jose. He opens up the Imperial Iron Wall this time. That is a good card. Yeah, I mean, that's a fairly good card, especially because one of their primary outs is their ability to get the Bystials on board, as well as using their primary removal is also vanishing. So Jose is going to normal summon the Rikka Petal and then activate the Rikka Con field spell. And he's going to set himself a spell trap. Go ahead and sets the Rikka Sheet. And FR22 says, I won't be able to play through that. Sees the writing on the wall and says, I'm not going to play through what I had to play through game 1. That was just annoying. I'm going to go first. So he's going to activate his Bystial Lubellion, getting himself a Magnemite, and he has literally nothing else. Has to pass turn on that. So Jose is going to activate his Unexpected Die. That's just the Yugi gods looking down at FR22 for pulling such a fast scoop game 2. So now he's going to link off into Dryas and then activate his Sunvine Sowing to special summon a Sunseed monster from the deck. Alright, so he gets his other summon. If it's normal, supposed to summon while you control a Sunvine Link monster, you can target one level 4 lower plant monster, normal monster in your graveyard and special summon it. And then the Dryas effect will activate the Citadel. Yeah. Once per turn, if you take battle damage, you can gain that much life. Oh, so no, yeah, the effect damage. Yeah, sorry. So he's activating that because he took effect damage. So he's going to try to gain back the life. Yep, because that's not a cost. Okay. So effect that is going to come down on the Dryas then. It's interesting. Interesting. Alright, so he's going to link off into Jasmine now. Special summon out the Dryas off of his other Sunseed. Link into a healer. What's it say? I'm not. If you're a professional at Rikka's, let me know in the comments below. I definitely am not. A lot of these cards, every time I see them, I'm like, you know what? I'm hoping to be able to out this board. All right. If a Sun Avalon Link monster you control leaves the field by card effect, destroy this card. If this card is special summoned, you can target one Sun Avalon Link monster on the field, gain life points equal to its Link or rating. When a plant Link monster inflicts damage to your opponent, you gain 600 life. So it's going to play well with Jasmine. Jasmine effect activates because life was gained. He gets to add a plant monster from deck to hand. Gets himself a Rikka Princess. Now, Droll and Lockbird is going to come down. He's going to hit the Jasmine with an effect Veiler. It's very interesting. Jose's going to say, I want to see your hand. He probably should have just chained both. I don't know. Interesting. All right, so Jose is going to activate the Con, set himself a Rikka sheet. I feel like he can get out of both. Yeah, also FR22 said Magnamut, and which he can't. He probably should just hit the Druid Swarm on the field as well, because I don't think he's going to be able to come back from having nothing. So, Dance Piano is going to activate her effect, hit nothing. Go into a Melius. Melius's effect. Get himself another Sunseed from the graveyard. Now he goes into his Resurgent. I'm going to try to pronounce the beginning of that name. And that's about all she wrote there. So he's going to banish out his Sowing, so on the crash he doesn't die. He does add the Lubellion to hand. What was that? That was because it was banished out by... Yep. So FR22 is going to activate Harpy Feathers Duster, clear out the ability for his opponent to be able to tribute off his own stuff, activate his Bystial Lubellion. Lubellion gets into Druid Swarm. And Druid Swarm is going to banish out the Jasmine. Jose says, on res, I'm going to return that back to hand. Take the 2500 and call it. Alright, so Jose is going to activate his Glamour. Glamour's going to give himself the Petal. Normal summon his Petal, activates effect, get himself a Rikka Fairy. Okay. Activate Rikka's Fairy's effect, tributing off the Petal to special summon herself. Activates her effect when she's special summoned to add a spell or trap. Rikka spell trap. Gets himself a Rikka Con. Activates Rikka Con. Sets a spell or trap because he controls a Rikka monster. Sets the Rikka Glamour. Swings in for 2500. Yeah, so FR22 is going to activate Druid Swarm on in phase, special summon him. Does draw into the starter. Goes into main phase 1, tributes off the Druid Swarm for the Lubellion. Uses the Druid Swarm to hit the Resurgent. And then Rikka Princess will activate in graveyard to pop. Or sorry, to destroy and return. Now he's going to activate Spright Starter. It's going to get him a blue. And Jose says, think on res of blue. On res of blue, he is going to, I'm guessing, bounce the blue. But he has not used his normal summon yet this turn. Am I right? Yeah, I'm right. He has not used his normal summon. So he's going to normal summon the blue, special summon the Jet. Jet's effect gets himself the Smashers. Links those two off into a Sprine. Activates Sprine's effect. Likely to send Angler to get himself 2 Beavers. overlays one of the Sprites and the beavers into a big boy gigantic, activates gigantic effect, and finds the swap frog. Swap frog's effect. Overlays those two into a number 2 ninja shadow. Okay. Interesting play line. So he's going to attack with a mosquito into the resurgent. Takes no damage, but allows him to put a token on it. So he puts a token on it. What is... hold on. If inflict damage your opponent equal to the... when an attack is declared. So was this what? It was 3,200. So he declares the attack on the Rikka Fairy, but this is a 3,200, and he can deal 2,500 in damage. 5, 6, 7. I'm sorry, 2,500 in damage. So it wouldn't be game either way, but that brings him down to 32. So it's not game either way. He has some questions on that. So he's going to run over the Rikka Fairy. I don't know if Mosquito, he knows, well, he doesn't know that that back row is nothing, but after he went through all those plays and nothing happened, it's interesting that he would think that there wasn't anything else. I think the appropriate move probably, I mean, what do you do there? Go for Elf and then go for Toad, but then you can't really get rid of the Resurgent, but I mean, you still have the Smashers. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right play line. Alright, so he's going to activate Smashers. Hit the Con-Con. I think the right play line probably would have been to go for Elf. Toad and Elf in there instead of doing this. I don't know. That's just me. You knew you'd already played through both of your opponent's negation, his ability to interrupt you. Obviously, you didn't know what this one was, the Dark Ruler, but that's old hindsight 2020 when you have full game state knowledge. Alright, so he's going to go into a Strina XYZ, activate her effect. Get the Rikka Fairy. Rikka Fairy's effect, tribute off the Strina. Strina's effect in graveyard because it was tributed. And Mudan. Yep. Gets to add to hand as well. Grab himself the Con-Con. Activates the High Protector, which is going to allow him to bounce. Yeah, basically says, once per together, excavate that card, and if it's a clear card, add it to your hand. Otherwise, send it to the graveyard. If a card is sent from the deck to the graveyard by a card effect, you can attach one material from this card, and then target one card on the field. Place that on either the top or the bottom of the deck. Alright, so he's going to go ahead and get rid of the little mosquito, and that's going to wrap it up. Okay, so overall, I do think FR22 probably would have been better off having going to a Elf Toad playline at the end there. Because he had the Smashers, he would have a much easier time outing the Resurgent or whatever the problem card was, and then give himself more recuperability, such as the Beaver and stuff like that, and his opponent would have had to play a little bit more careful. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments below. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please do like and subscribe, and I will catch you all next time.
Thank you for watching. Try some of these other great duels. If you like what you saw, give us a like and subscribe.